Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your man, Fashcom Kev, coming to you live from the Fashcom studio. And I definitely got some good content that I want to talk to you guys about today. And it all starts with my man, Ye. Now, I was breezing through social media earlier today and I ran across a article with a treat, or should I say, hold up, I said that wrong. A tweet, let me get it right. A tweet from, is they still calling it tweets though? Because it's X.com now. I'm not sure, but we're going to go with tweet. I guess you can't say I ran across an X, even though it's X.com. I think they're still calling it tweets. For whatever reason, I can't get that word out correctly. But you guys understand what I'm saying. I ran across a post on X. I see that sounds a lot better. I ran across a post on X from my man Ye. And this is what Ye said, and I am so confused by this statement. On some angles, I'm not, but it's just a little confusing. Coming from Ye, I love Ye, man. I love I'm not going to say everything about Ye, because we don't love everything about it. Well, let me speak for myself. I don't love everything about Ye, but, some stuff I love and some stuff I brush off as being Ye. But let me get back to the topic at hand. Now, I had to print this out so I make sure that I reiterate exactly what the tweet said, the post on X said. Now, it says, this is from Ye. No matter how big any fashion brand is, there's no brand other than Yeezy that can bring out 120,000 people, a night. And then in a separate tweet, he said, Yeezy is the Apple of clothing. Now, let's break these two posts on X down, because we want to get away from the word tweets, because I'm just not saying it right. So let's just break these two posts on X down, because I'm confused. I'm a little confused. I'm not confused, but I am confused, if that makes sense. But we just gonna go with confused, because I'm a little confused, man. He says, no matter how big any fashion brand is, there's no brand other than Yeezy that can bring out 120,000 people a night. Is he talking about music artists that also have fashion brands? Can you guys answer that for me? Is that what he's talking about? Because I'm sure he's just not talking about a fashion brand, and I'm sure he's not talking about a fashion experience. See, I like to use the word experiences. I don't like to use the word fashion events. A Yeezy fashion experience without the music or without him performing. I don't think that just a fashion experience can generate 120,000 people in an arena or a confined gathering. Maybe it could. I don't think it can. Ye has proven that a music concert, he can bring out 120,000 people. But in this tweet, he said, no matter how big the fashion brand is. He didn't say no matter how big the music artist is, unless he's combining both. But even if he's combining both, it's not an accurate statement in my humble opinion. I always like to put humble, because this is just my humble opinion. Just throwing it out there for content. I love when I run across fashion content, because this is Fashcom. I got to throw this shameless plug in there, but it ain't a shameless plug, because this is my platform. The premier digital fashion competition platform. Fashcom is short for fashion competition that allows all users to build a brand either as a Fashcom Pro, where you're creating, publishing, and managing competitions, or as a Fashcom, or should I say FC Comp, short for Fashcom Competitor, where you're competing in competitions. All right, get that out the way. Just in case you're seeing my video for the first time, I had to let you guys know what Fashcom is and why we love running across content like this. Let's get back to Ye. Does it make sense to you guys? Because it definitely doesn't make sense to me, man. It doesn't. It doesn't. It don't make sense. Because I understand what he's saying. I agree with him. There's no other fashion brand that I think can bring out 120 people a night, but 120, I keep saying 120,000 people a night. And Ye did that at one of his concerts. Everybody at the concert is not wearing Yeezy products. You know, so he says a fashion brand. Is he just considering himself a fashion brand? When he's a global music icon as well as a global fashion brand? Is that what he's saying? And I definitely agree with Yeezy being the Apple of clothing. I definitely agree with that. We could say the same thing about Nike, though. You know, Nike is probably the biggest brand in the world. Athletic apparel brand and, you know, athleisure apparel brand, streetwear athletic apparel brand, whatever you want to call it. You know, Nike probably, I don't think Nike can bring in one gathering 120,000 people. But Ye did it in terms of his music. So that's why I was just a little bit confused with the statement, but it's coming from Ye. So sometimes you can be confused. And I agree with it, and I'm confused with it. So I'm on both sides of the fence, if you want to say that. You know, just thought it was some good content to share with you guys, man, you know, because it's good fashion content. And like I said, it has, you know, I agree with it. I definitely agree. Ain't too many fashion brand. I don't think there's no fashion brand that can bring out 120,000 people, but I don't think Ye can bring it out for strictly a Yeezy event. He's bringing it out for a music event. That's where the confusing part came for me. But like I said, it's coming from Ye, and sometimes Ye can be a little confusing with some of the statements that he put out, and we all know how that is. All right, this is your man Fashcom Kev. Just wanted to share that with you guys, man. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel at Fashcom. Make sure you hit that like button if you like the content about Ye being the only, or no matter how big the fashion brand is, there's no brand out there that can bring out 120,000 a night. If you agree with that or just like my take on that, hit that like button for me. And make sure you hit that notification button so every time I drop a video, you guys get notified. But you can't get notified until you subscribe to the channel. So please make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. We've been stuck at 74 subscribers. We're trying to move up the ladder, you know, and we're only going to move up with you guys joining the Fashcom or subscribing to Fashcom. And that's joining the Fashcom movement, the Fashcom channel, what we have here at Fashcom. And make sure you go download the Fashcom mobile app. It's currently on the App Store. It's free to join. And it's free to start submitting standard posts. And that standard post will allow you to start building your Fashcom brand. And every Saturday we have Sign Up Saturday, where you can showcase your Yeezys like Ye and be a part of that big 120,000 that he says he's the only one that can bring out. And I agree with you, Ye. Ain't too many people around. Other music artists can do it, but that's why I think he threw the fashion part in there. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't too many artists that also has that big fashion brand that could bring them out. That's what I really think he meant by that. Don't you guys think? I think that's what we really think he meant. All right. As always, man, make sure you guys have a wonderful rest of your Monday. And I will be checking in with some more content. I'll be looking for some more fashion-led content tomorrow to come and share with you guys, because we're trying to build Fashcom, the premier digital fashion competition platform that allows you to build a business showcasing your Yeezys in a creative outfit. This is what you could do on Fashcom, because there's plenty of retailers who sell Yeezys, and you can list these guys on your tags. So somebody click that tag, it's going to take them right to their website, and you're starting to build up numbers. As well as you can monetize through your tips and your subscriptions. We got a lot of ways that you can monetize on Fashcom, but you got to join the community to do it. All right, this is your man Fashcom Cat. As always, man, make sure you have a tremendous rest of your day. Peace.